This is a Tactical Genius production. Welcome to Virtual Pool 4 Online.
don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
Where's the cue ball going?
Put 'em up! Put 'em up!
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Well, good evening. Welcome back to VP4 TV. Welcome to Virtual Pool 4 Online. And we're here. We've got 5 players left in this year's VP4 2022 World Black Ball Championship. We've got 2 of them going at it tonight in the one-loss side. Larry and Semipro in a race to 11, which starts at the top of the hour, which is about 14 minutes away. Quick look at the bracket. We'll see who the 5 players are. Tomorrow we have a match at 6:30 British Summer Time, and that is the hot seat match between Albinario and Cobra in a race to 13. And tonight we have the match between Semipro and Larry. Semipro from the United Kingdom, Larry from the USA. And the winner of that match is going to play the other remaining player in the tournament, and that's Tommy, who's already had to win 5 matches in a one-loss side to get this far, and he's getting better every match. But again, the stakes go up, the level goes up, because he's either going to be playing Semipro or Larry. And then, of course, the winner of that match will go through to effectively the semi-final, where they will play the loser of the match tomorrow night between Cobra and Albinario. And that's basically where we've got to in the tournament. And Steve is going to be joining us. He said he was going to be coming in. I'll just be a wee second to get Discord set up. Back in a minute. Good evening to Happy Dolo.
Remember, when things look bad, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean.
Well, that's probably what Larry's going to have to be tonight. Semipro is going to go into this match as the favourite. Larry, well, he needs to be on the ball, and he needs to be taking chances, maybe even taking a few risks, because Semipro will do that. That's the one thing that I've noticed in all of Semipro's matches. He's very proactive in terms of dealing with problem situations. He's quite aggressive to get balls moving. Now that, in a lot of occasions, can work for him. There might be the odd occasion where it won't work, and Larry has to capitalise on that, as well as keep things tight, and I would reckon get tactical when it comes to it. It's his chance tonight to progress further. Semipro was the early favourite for this tournament because this is his game. This is the game he says he's played for years in real life, and he's now also found himself in the one-loss side, having to battle through. So one of these two players is going to have to go tonight, and who that's going to be, well, we'll find out in a little while. I mean, it could be 11-9, it could be 11-6. I mean, it's hard to put a finger on it. If you looked at Tommy's match the other night against Sangetsu, Tommy went into that match as a favourite, and right at the beginning of the match, Tommy finds himself 3-0 down. He seems to be a little bit of a slow starter, Tommy. Takes a little while to find his feet and find the pace of the table and find his touch, but when he does and he gets going, he has become very solid throughout this tournament. And as I've said more than one occasion, a very dangerous opponent. None of these guys want to be playing Tommy, but that's how it's going to be. One of them is going to meet him, and he's not to be taken lightly. Very worthy and capable of battling his way through to get to this final. But of course, as I said, everything just steps up. You don't meet any mugs at this stage in the tournament. It's, you've got to be on your game. You've got to perform. And above all, you've got to keep your nerve and keep your wits about you. Most of the time, Semipro beats himself a lot of the time. He starts getting annoyed with things he's doing or with a bad roll. So how his temperament's going to be tonight, we'll find that out as well. Larry doesn't give much away, never has done. He will just carry on the way he does. But again, Larry's not to be taken lightly. If he can get off to a good start, that can immediately put the pressure on Semipro. And likewise, if Semipro gets into a comfortable start, then Larry starts chasing his tail. He's going to have to take more risks, and that could play into Semipro's hand. So it's a difficult situation, especially also with it being alternate break. You just don't know how things are going to pan out. So welcome to Simanx. It's the easiest button to get, but it's the one that I accidentally press most of the time, but it's handy for me. I've got that. Believe me, I've got an awful lot of buttons mapped on this keyboard for this XSplit broadcaster. I've got umpteen different combinations working here. It's just trying to remember what ones to press. And hopefully I don't have the same situation that happened last night. XSplit broadcaster just totally locked up and froze on me. I don't know why that happened, but let's hope we don't have anything like that tonight. So Steve should be in any minute now, I would imagine. He said he was going to drop in. Good evening to Wit. I see that guy Blackbeard.
Just on cue.
Oh, there he is. That guy Blackbeard that was gratis, that was asking about the leagues. It turns out he's got a Welsh flag, yet he speaks Spanish. I think it's Wit's long lost brother. Anyway, welcome to Steve.
Welcome everybody. We got Semipro 11-7, 11-10 semi. I'm not going to predict anything. But semi is definitely the favorite.
Yeah, it's hard to call. Anyway, we are, 5 minutes away. So 5 players left in the tournament. This match tonight, and then the match tomorrow night at 6:30 British Summer Time. That's 2:30. No, it isn't. It's 1:30 Eastern Time, and it's like 10:30 Pacific tomorrow. The big match, the hot seat match. Albinario going for a second run through a tournament right through the winner's side. That's what he did in the last big one, the straight pool one, went all the way through that. Is he going to go all the way through tomorrow? Well, that's a hard match to call.
Yeah, I can do that one too. I think Albin's a favorite in that, but Cobra is certainly capable of winning. I think it could go either way. I mean, that hopefully will be a really good match.
Oh, it's got to be. I mean, you've got 2 of the best players in the game playing in it. If you expect high quality, we're bound to get that. The one thing I would mention, because we've seen Albinario do it, I mean, he had that kick on the 8 ball in his last match, and he had the 2 kicks against Mal. I wonder if Cobra's going to fall into the trap and try and lock Albinario up and leave him a kick.
Well, I mean, it's one thing to kick well. I think, Mal left him a little too good, but he also, had some things go his way. I mean, one of the kicks he made wasn't particularly high percentage, but, kicking's a big part of it. And most of the guys on this don't kick well. I mean, the areas I see lacking are kicking and banks. And, maybe Albin's been practicing that.
Yeah, the kicking, the banks in the black ball table. I mean, I think it's just an alien table to all the guys that play in it. But obviously, the ones that are deeper in the tournament have been playing in the tournament long enough, so they should have become more accustomed to it.
Yeah, I mean, in real life, if you give anybody a 2, 3, 4 rail kick, they're usually going to at least hit the ball, and a lot of times they're going to kick safe. So, here because kicking is hard in 2D. Well, yes and no. I mean, if you're really having trouble with it, you can always use a diamond system. I mean, there's always a way to do it.
So Larry was in about half an hour ago or more. He's been in warming up. Semi-Pro's just arrived. He's going to do his warming up when the match starts. So, Steve, I presume you've got more than a sore head. So, how's the league thing going then? How many more people have applied since yesterday? Any more? Nobody at all? Or how do we stand?
There may have been one more, not at most one more, I think. I've decided I think we're going to do a real quick one Tuesday, Wednesday, and then maybe something longer Saturday, Sunday. We'll see. But I'm going to run something very quick for Tuesday and Wednesday. Hopefully the league will be up today, and then we can just get teams signed up. I'm just going to do 2 players, 3 ball, race to 5. Well, actually, maybe I'll do race to 7 because I'd like to, it's going to be a game handicap, and I want to make sure there's enough so that at least the handicapping works decent. But it'll be very short. It'll be one night of league and then
Playoffs.
Well, let's see. Can I actually do one night of league? I can if I restrict it to 2 teams.
So, welcome to everybody. We're just about to go. We are about maybe 30, 45 seconds from the room going up. They'll lag for the break. And it's winner breaks, of course. Now, how many of these are we going to get tonight? I think you should be taking bets.
Well, Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a few. I think Larry needs to get off to a good start. I mean, Semi-Pro is kind of a confidence player, and if he starts feeling good about what's going on, it's going to be tough to beat him. I think if Larry gets off to a good start, then maybe he's got a chance.
The one thing that I picked out, looking at all the 5 remaining players, Semipro is the most, I would say, is the most aggressive player when it comes to developing the rest of the problem balls, clusters. So that sets the cue ball rolling quite a bit, and it works for him, but it could go to Larry's favour tonight if that sort of play maybe doesn't work out for Semi-Pro. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, the room's up. I'm in, waiting on the players arriving.
Yeah, Semi is a really strong player. I think he's a little bit one-dimensional in the sense that he tends to play a snooker style, and it's got advantages and disadvantages. But if you compare him to Albin rolls the ball more, doesn't play as much off a stun, and they both have advantages. But I think Semi-Pro, his style is just geared towards running out, like he does when he does all these 147 runs. You think, how can the guy ever lose? But he's finding a way to do that.
Semi-Pro at the bottom of the screen, and Larry has won the lag according to what I'm seeing. So Larry to break. Now, what's he breaking? Second ball again. Oh dear, well, spoke too soon, didn't I? That didn't take long.
No, that was pretty quick.
Welcome to Zangetsu. Welcome to everybody else that I might have missed. Travelling TT. Who else? Dwight has arrived. Hairpig is there. And Semi-Pro with a free shot.
Sometimes I wonder if it might be better not to hit the balls quite so hard on this break. I mean, I think you're going to make them regardless, even if you take the speed down some.
Yeah, it's like a pinball table when they clatter these balls around.
Yeah, well, this would be a good time to have one of those cheaper break cues that doesn't hit the ball as hard.
Well, this will be a bad start for Larry if Semi-Pro can deliver this rack.
Well, he certainly should get out here. I think, yeah, he's got to take this one because I think he needs to take that one now. But, yeah, he's going to. It's a little tricky with those two ball reds next to each other because he's going to be playing. He's probably going to be playing the one in front of the corner pocket next. So this can be messed up.
Now,
you've got to decide where you're going to go. I like rolling back and bumping the second red.
He's a bit straight though. Yeah, he's going long.
He decided to get absolute, and that just shows his experience. That was a better idea than the play I said. I mean, because that was guaranteed, and that's what good players do is they go for the guaranteed position. Take a little harder shot, go for the guaranteed position. I'm not saying every good player would have played it that way, but that's a smart way to play it. Well, that was tidy.
Yeah. Not the start you want.
Now, the interesting thing is, he's breaking from quite a ways off the rail. You watch where he's breaking. He's way away from the rail. And I'm not sure if that's good or bad. I'm just observing that that's where he's breaking from. Normally with that second ball break, you have the cue ball a lot closer to the long rail.
Yeah, he's going to play the combo first here. And he's probably looking to get rid of this red next to the yellow as well. The other problem if he takes the reds is the two that are down this end on the right side.
Well, that was a nice little roll there. I mean, that's very fortunate, but you know that may have just got him out. And the other yellow that rolled over did not get in front of the red, the one up there by the 8 ball.
Yeah.
It almost got in front of the red, so he's got a chance here. I think he's going to need to play the second red, the one towards the middle of the table in the side pocket, and then play the other one in the corner. Those two balls are the trouble balls. I'm not sure he can get on it right now. No, he can't. So what he's going to do here is he's going to roll this in. He's going to get pretty straight into the ball in the side pocket. He's going to roll up, and that's perfect. See, that's smart because he made sure he didn't have an angle the wrong way. He's got a little one the other way. A lot of guys will come up short and then have the wrong angle. Little stun shot, and you know, I mean, he got fortunate.
Yeah, he should be fine here.
He got fortunate on the first shot. I mean, things went his way, but you know, he's taken advantage of it. He's perfect on this red, and I mean, he's out. That's the thing is, you know, he played the right kind of shot. He got a little fortunate when he got that ticky off the yellow, but you know, he took advantage of it, and that's the key to winning. Is when you do get a little fortunate, you've got to win.
I was wondering if Larry was going to change his break and go straight into the head of the pack, but he stuck to his guns. He's got a ball, certainly more than one probably, but now
he's going to take reds. I mean, I just can't see him taking anything but reds here.
Yeah, reds have all got pockets to go into.
Yeah, you really don't want to leave the cue ball down on this end rail. I mean, that's indicative of either catching a little bit of the head ball or not putting enough draw on it. You know, typically that break is draw with a little bit of English and try to hit the head ball pretty full. Not a ton of draw, but, you know, it's like a tip of draw and then, you know, a half a tip of English, depending on how the table's breaking.
I think he wanted to be higher to get this red next to the 8 ball there.
I'm sure he did. And
he's left it short.
That's kind of a bad mistake because, you know, you come up into the center of the table, you can shoot any ball. I mean, I don't think it's going to hurt him because there's
he'll be okay now.
Ways to get out.
I mean, he'll be okay. He can get the one in the side and then get that one to the right of the 8 ball.
Yeah, he's going to leave those two for last. And I don't think that's a bad play. Now, ideally on this ball in the side pocket, you want to have the cue ball pretty close to where he is now. See, I don't like this as much because the other way you could go forward off the long rail. I mean, will this work? Sure, but I mean...
Oh, goodness me, Larry.
Yeah.
That is bad. It's going to hurt. I mean,
oh boy!
I mean, I don't know what he was trying to do. It didn't have very much to do with the cue ball, but he's taken his eye off the pot and hit it straight into the edge of the rubber, just where it joins the pocket, and it's just going to come straight back out at that pace.
Yeah, well, he would have been a lot better off bringing a cue ball back so that he had a little angle and could go forward with the cue ball off the long rail. You don't have to hit the ball as hard, you know, less chance of it doing what it did. It's easier to control the speed of the cue ball and get on the next red. This is interesting. I think he's probably going to play this other one down the corner.
Oh dear. Well, there's a gift for Larry. It might not be a great opportunity, but it's something he's going to have a go at.
Well, this is a little tricky. I mean, the question is where are you going to put the cue ball, and I'm thinking you put it right back about where that red is right now that he's shooting. You just go 3 rails and come right back into that gap.
Yeah, see, if he goes 3 rails, that yellow ball there is interfering with play. And, well, Larry needs to shake himself down here.
Well, I'm not sure what he was doing there. I thought
Well,
maybe it's this light cue ball. I thought he could get around the corner. I didn't see how he hit that, whether he put enough top on it or not. But whatever, that's probably going to be a loss. I mean, Semi's trying to figure out how to get on this. Now, it does go up in the corner past that yellow, so the simple shot's just to roll it. He decided not to do simple and almost got himself in trouble, but I think he's okay here. Now, you got to hit this one good. I mean, obviously, hit a little draw on this if it doesn't hit the pocket well.
Well, we've had 2 bad errors. I mean, well, 3 if you include the scratch in the first rack from Larry, and that's 3 too many this early in the match, and it's 3 racks down.
Yeah, Semi-Pro's doing a weird break, but see what's happening with the cue ball? That's what you want the cue ball to do, is come out and be about in the center of the table. So even though he's breaking from a spot that's a little unusual, he's getting the right action on the cue ball. And part of that, I think, is the light cue ball. See, if you're playing with a normal cue ball, you cannot break from where he's breaking and get the cue ball to do that. So I just learned some about playing black ball. If I ever go play black ball, I'm going to move the cue ball away from the rail because that works.
Let's see how he deals with this situation in the right side pocket. So
Still got a choice.
Still an open table. 2 balls in, a red and a yellow. Now he's going to break it out. Perfect angle for the little nudge and probably hold for the red down the rail.
Yeah, this can go funny where you lock a ball up.
Oh, he's got a double kiss there, which pushed him back out.
But he hit it in a good way. So, I mean, that's, if you want to come into the ball the right way, that was it, because you wanted that red to go down the rail. Didn't have to go in. It would have been better probably if it didn't. Yeah, see, he's playing for this ball that's in trouble right now. The problem is he wanted to just roll that in, and he went too far. You know, if he stops a couple inches shorter, he's perfect. Now he's got trouble.
Yeah, now he's got trouble.
Yeah. Well, you know, he needed to do something a little more aggressive with the cue ball there. He should have known that after it hit the red, it was going to hit the yellow, and I think maybe he was thinking he could get it to go to the rail and stop there, but that, you know, that was going to be pretty hard. It might have been better to try to load it up with some spin and get it to force through and try to get down further down the table.
I thought for a minute there he was contemplating a kick on the red and the short rail here. I think he is.
Oh, I would have never done that. I would have banked that red that he was next to up in the corner. And the reason why is because the position on the red on the rail was automatic, and if you make that bank, you win the game. I don't think kicking at the ball down there was a bad idea if he could get safe, but obviously that was going to be hard to do with this layout. If he would have shot that bank shot, he had a chance he could have won the game. What he was doing basically gave him a chance he's going to lose the game.
I don't necessarily like this. I mean, I think it's easy enough to take the yellow up top. I thought he was contemplating the combo there for some strange reason, but
I think he should just roll in that yellow that's by the red because it gets him perfect on the one that's next to the other red. I mean,
he's overhit this by quite a bit.
Fine.
I think he's okay, but I don't believe he's taking the one that he wanted though.
He may not be. Now you need to spin this out past the yellow and obviously short of the side pocket. Yeah, that didn't show a lot of confidence there.
Nope, definitely not.
I think it's going to be hard to beat a player like Semipro doing this because he moves well. There's not a lot Semi can do with that red. I mean, he can kick it, but that's not really a good shot. And he tried to get the Larry's yellow out of there. I think he needed to hit the bumper first, and instead he caught the yellow first.
Well, for Larry's sake, I think he needs to get this over with if he's going to get in this match.
Yeah, you can't get a much better opportunity than this.
Especially that it's on Semi-Pro's break. Well, he's got lucky there.
Well, why is he hitting it so hard? All you needed to do was roll that easy.
I mean,
I see, that just baffles me. He could have just rolled that. You know the yellow's going to stay in front of the pocket. And instead, he blasts it. Well,
he's pushing it to the rail. And this is frozen, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's not quite, but he's okay, I think.
Yeah. That's just, I mean, he could have definitely hit that harder and been fine. It's just, it's just not, having a good feel for that shot.
Well, Larry's certainly making hard work of this. It's going to be 4-zip.
Larry looks like he's nervous. I mean, he's doing some things that really aren't that wise. I think he's probably a little nervous.
Yeah, I
know you're going to blame it on this trackball.
Well, unreliable for certain shots. I stand by my statement. And I mean, the one thing about this game is that you need that delicate touch. And a trackball mouse doesn't give you that delicate touch. Go and try one, and then come back and tell me I'm talking rubbish. You go and get one, and you try it, and try and play the shots that you're comfortable with a trackball mouse. You'll very soon come round to my way of thinking, I can assure you. You need a delicate touch in this game.
I'm not sure why it wouldn't. I mean, I've used some trackballs that were pretty accurate. But, I mean, I don't know if his has a mechanical or a laser sensor in it.
No, obviously, it'll be laser now, yeah.
Yeah, with a laser sensor and stuff, I don't see any reason why a trackball can't. And you can get real small ones. You can get ones that are like the size of a marble. And I can see some advantage of that just using just the finger. If that's, that's kind of what you decide you want to do. Like, you don't really have that advantage with a mouse using just a finger. That's kind of awkward.
Well, anyway, regardless of what Larry's using here, he needs divine intervention here, I think, the way this is going.
Yeah, he's going to get blown out if he doesn't start doing something. I mean, Semi has so much experience. You watch how quickly he makes decisions, and he makes good ones. I mean, I will criticize his decisions when I think he's made bad ones, and the bottom line is that there's not that many bad ones he makes. And this is the kind of thing where if you can play at a faster pace because you know what's going on, it's easier to play in a rhythm. When you have to sit and think a lot, then I think the game's a lot harder.
I think Larry's in trouble here already because he's got to get good.
He's okay. He goes 2 rails around the corner. He decided to play it a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what he was playing, but he's
going to be blocked out here.
Well, I think he can roll forward and then kick at this ball. Short rail kick.
He's got a very tight. Yeah, no, he is. He is going to be.
He's going to have to long rail kick this. He could. Yeah. I don't think he can short rail kick. He can long rail kick off of either long rail. I'd probably take the one that was the longer way, just because it's sitting out far enough that the short way you got to hit it pretty good. And the long way, if he hits it on the left side of the ball, the cue ball is going to come out where he gets a shot on the 8. Now he went the other way, and I guess we're going to see if Semi-Pro can deal with that red. I mean, the simple play in these situations is try to get a free ball. And I think that was a pretty smart shot he just shot there. Very simple.
Oh well, this will
be effective.
This will be a good shot if we can get in that gap with a mass
Well, this
8.
is not. This is actually not that hard a shot, really. He's got a lot of room.
Well, he's did everything but hit it.
Yeah. So what happened there? He didn't get a free ball. He must have hit it. He didn't get a free ball.
He must have clipped
got
it.
a piece of it.
Well, it was a good shot.
He must have just dicked it because there's no free ball.
Yeah. Well, Semi-Pro's just going to look to line himself up in this yellow and knock it in and follow the red in. That would be the most obvious thing that's going to happen here.
Yeah, with it that deep in the pocket, that shouldn't be a problem getting it to follow in. You'd have to hit it pretty bad.
Any of you guys care to change your predictions now for this match? Oh dear. Well, maybe that was tactical. I think Semi-Pro's relying that Larry can't get so lucky this time. And I reckon he'll do well to get anywhere near this. He could try the snooker shot, though. He could try the jaws of the pocket, which you see in a snooker table where you rattle it in the jaws and it runs along the rail and hits the other ball.
Yeah.
But
if you've practiced that shot and you know where to hit it.
Yeah, you've got to hit it into the jaws and then it'll bounce off the two jaws and come across.
I'm not sure he can do anything but that, Hugh. I mean, I don't see where he can hit this ball. I mean, obviously some
you see
gigantic mass day might work, but
see, this is alien to Larry though. Larry's not even thinking about that at the moment. He's looking around, but that's a shot. Rattle it in the jaws and run it along the rail. It's your best chance of getting it because he can't get a line to get to that ball. There's no way he's getting to it. That's the shot. Bounce, and then if you get it right, it will take you along the rail.
Well, I think he might have been playing the 3 railer, which was actually 4 railer, which was doable, but he didn't get on the wrong line. He hit it way too hard. I mean, you've got to run those things at some kind of reasonable pace.
Well, Larry's now getting more nervous as to when he's ever going to get on the board here.
Well, I didn't like that shot because if he made the other ball, there was going to be a potential hook. And that's a good place to put the cue ball because this is what you want. This is real natural. A teeny bit of left English and just let it roll and open up. And he hit that pretty timid there. I mean, obviously you want to make sure that you don't overrun the ball, but that was a little on the timid side. Oh yeah, Semi-Pro's feeling confident. How can you not feel confident with what Larry's doing?
Well, it's a long way back now, but he's got to get a shot before the comeback can start.
Well, I mean, I think Semi-Pro's probably going to run this rack out too. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but it's sitting pretty good. Now this will be interesting to see what he does pattern-wise. Me, I'd be taking the one in the side pocket. He doesn't want to do that. I think that ball is worthless. I mean, the only way you can shoot that and get on the 8 is actually to shoot it up in the corner.
Yeah, just roll through. That's what he's planning ahead for. That's the only way he's going to get there.
I wouldn't do that, but he's got a plan here. We'll see how it comes out. I mean, the one good thing about that ball in front of the side pocket is it's sitting good where you can bump that red, and if you just bump that red lightly, you'll get separation and have a shot on the 8. And that may be what he's thinking of. He would typically play this in the corner.
And that's
what he's going to do.
Almost in the donut. He wants it dead straight just to roll through.
Yeah, a little stun run and So, I mean, he made quick work of that rock. So Larry's got to be thinking he's got an impossible task about right now.
Oh, well, let's just say it wasn't a great break the way the ball ended up, so he's got a second go at it.
Yeah, and if that 8 hung in the corner, it would have been really ugly.
And now, of course, it comes up dry.
Oh, no. Well, the one good thing is that he's got some pretty bad clusters on this table. I think at this point, Semipro is probably going to try to run out. We'll see whether he decides to play the smart way or just try to run out. I mean, up 6-0, he's rolling good. He may just try to run out here.
No, he's going to cut that yellow and run into these. He's going to try and move something here, I think. Oh, no. Because obviously the one in the side rail next to the 2 reds isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, and where it's sitting is going to be hard to get it out of there because, you really don't have a good ball at attacking that. This one down in front of the 8's maybe the best one. You get an angle on that, but that other red might be in the way.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying about Semipro. He gets aggressive to move these balls and get it into play. That's the first time he's done that tonight. He's hit it so hard that the yellow stayed out of the pocket.
Well, you also notice that's uncontrolled where,
yeah, the stub shot.
Coming up with a shot, you're relying on some luck. And yeah, I mean, in this match, I got to see him doing that. If he's playing one of these other guys and it's a tight match, I'm not sure that would be the right play.
Well, the good news, if Larry wants any good news, and if he gets that far, is the 8 ball does go.
Well, I'll tell you the really good news is Larry shitting in the ball.
Well, take whatever you can get at this stage. Now, the big question is, how does he get down to the 8 ball? I mean, it seems obvious, but there's plenty of room on the right-hand side to come down, and straight away he's in trouble. He's got a dodgy cut along the rail.
Yeah, I was still expecting to make this, and he played it well. He bumped the other ball to hold a cue ball, so.
Now, all he needs is a little soft dink in this red into the corner. Just a little soft dink. Come back a little bit. A little soft stunny draw. A little thing to get him about there so that he can roll that in and drop down. Let's have a look.
That's fine.
That'll do it.
He's fine. Just, he's not at the perfect angle.
Yeah.
Even with this light cue ball, I think he's got to stun it a little. The perfect angle, it would have been you can just roll it.
Well,
that was...
That's
well played.
About on the spot. It's a little bit of cutback, and of course Larry's not even taking any time over it at all. Hit it straight into the yellow, and I think Larry wants out of here.
Well, he's going to get his wish because I can't see Semi not getting out on this rack.
I mean, how long did Larry take over sizing up that shot to see where the line was? I mean, he took all of 3 seconds and hit the ball.
Yeah, so that was a well-played shot there. What he did is he cheated the pocket so he could get on the long side of that yellow on the rail. Yeah, I mean, this is real critical that he gets on this yellow down by the 8 with the right angle so that he can get on the other yellow. He's going to shoot it now, and that wasn't very good.
He's going into the corner so he can hit the side rail and come back out and down.
Well, I think he overrolled that. He was trying to get straight in down in the corner, so now he's going to have to shoot a shot he could potentially miss. Not that he's going to leave an easy shot on the 8, but
yeah, he's not
that terrible.
He's not got there. He had to punch that in more.
Well, he went down on the cue ball a teeny bit, more top or a little inside English. I mean, that's. I mean, he's probably thinking don't go too far and give him a shot on the 8. And
well, he's just done it because he's hit that all wrong.
Yeah, he double kissed it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't go to the other side of the ball, go on the left side of the ball and just dink it over.
Well, this is as generous
Maybe
as Semi-Pro's got so far.
Yeah, well, right now, I think Larry's sort of feeling like a redheaded stepchild.
Now, is he banking this into the corner?
I don't know. I'd probably cross bank this. This is about a half ball hit on this. You
that's
take
what
about
he's doing.
half of the yellow.
Yeah. Oh, it's hit the pump knuckle. Where's the yellow ended up? Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, it's
when
just
it goes wrong, it all goes wrong.
It's just not your day, Larry.
Yeah, I mean that.
Well,
when you get a bank like that, where it's like you could almost kind of hold it with inside and draw. The shot is to a half ball hit on the object ball. You guys know what that means, a half ball?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shot was a half ball hit. Larry did not. Semi did not put a half ball on it.
Well, this will be a good shot. Not like that.
Or not.
Not like that though. But again, Larry doesn't see that other alternative.
But, he's hitting them so hard. I mean,
oh dear. Well, there's your gift, Larry. Now, I'm not gonna curse him. He's got to hit that and pot it.
Yeah. That was just kind of careless there, really. I mean, you've got to be thinking about the angle that ball's going to come out at, where the cue ball's going. I think, that's just. I'm probably not going to scratch. I'll just hit it and see what I come up with. Shot.
Well, there's Semi-Pro's second favour for Larry is a dry break.
And if you want to know the difference between a semi-pro and a pro. A semi-pro and a pro wouldn't have done that shot like that.
No,
they would have known where the cue ball was going.
Now, what do you do here? What? I mean, look at the red and yellow that's up top there. There's the problem.
I would take the yellows, and the reason why is
you can break that.
You've got more yellows right around that cluster.
Yeah, the only thing is that the yellow that you would use to maybe nudge that red and yellow is the one that he's having to pot.
Yeah, which is not as wonderful. Neither one of them are all that bad. I mean, you can get to that. You've got that ball along the rail, which you can use to break those. So I mean, this
is it.
There. Well, that was a well played shot.
Yeah, the only problem now is he doesn't have another shot.
With anything. Yeah. He may have planned on hitting that a little thinner.
I'm wondering what his options are here. Not that he's got many.
I'd probably try to spin this down on top of that red down on the end rail. Come off the yellow that's along the long rail and spin it down there on top of that.
Why not
red?
Why not hit that yellow the one that he's trying to cut into the side? I would have tried to hit it onto the red that's up there and billiard it into the pocket.
Yeah, I mean
that red's off the rail anyway.
He's let Semi to the table, and that's not a good idea the way things are going. And the one good thing is Larry messed up the reds more. I mean, they're not sitting wonderfully now. But there's not anything that's not doable. It's just that between the black and the yellow that is extended from the side pocket, those two reds are pretty blocked up. They go up in the far corner near the cue ball.
Well, that's
about it.
If Semi can get down to this one in the corner, he can get on the awkward one into the side pocket. I don't know that he wanted to finish there. I think he wanted to finish in this one.
You know what? He may be looking at playing this one red off the ball in front of the side pocket.
Yeah.
The thing is that's not guaranteed to go. It's a little touchy. That ball's a little far out from the side pocket.
Now he's going to run into the 8 ball again. It's done him again. I mean, he can still cut this one, but he can't hold for that red now. He could play it now.
You can bank it. You can play it off the yellow. I don't know. Maybe cutting it straight in might be as easy as playing it off the yellow, because yellow's a long ways from the pocket.
Yeah, if he gets that yellow too thin, he's going to hit the knuckle and come back out.
Yeah. I mean, the bank shot's definitely on.
Yeah, he's hit the knuckle direct. And
well, he was right in between them. He was definitely too wide.
Well, they're all there for you, Larry.
Well, there's nothing that's real trouble on this table for yellows. We'll see.
Well,
see what Larry does.
Just give Larry long enough. There shouldn't be trouble. We'll see what he can get. What he can get himself into in a minute. Well, there you go. I spoke too soon.
Wow.
Yeah, he's tentative there.
Well, I mean, you wanted to roll that. Obviously, that easy is not gonna do it. Yes, I think Semi will play for table position here.
I don't see that Semi-Pro can do an awful lot to affect the lay of this table with where he's sitting, and
well, he can hit that one red in between try to hit it in between the long rail and the yellow, and move that yellow off to the end rail. I'm not sure what he was doing there.
He might have been trying to come in behind the yellow and just to finish on it.
I like hitting that one red in between the rail and the yellow and moving that yellow onto the long rail. You got the red as a blocker, and then your red is over there, somewhere in front of the corner pocket, maybe blocking the other yellow. I'm not sure what he was trying to do, but he ended up with his red up in a spot where it's not as wonderful.
Well, Larry's blocked himself on the yellow over the corner.
Well, I think he's got problems because the black doesn't go into one corner, and where that yellow's sitting down table, he's going to have to leave himself angle. I think what he wants to do is play the one on the side, play the one in the corner, leave himself an angle on that
cut it in and come across.
Yeah, he wants to shoot this yellow, then play the hanger, and then leave himself an angle on the other one and come across. I think that's what he's going to play for. Now, the only problem with this is you have to draw this out of the pocket. So this is kind of a weird shot, and he hit it. He hit it pretty good.
Well, all you do is pot this ball. That's all you do. Let the cue ball do its thing.
Yeah, he did all the hard work by.
It's got to get there, though. Shot. It's got to get there.
Yeah. You can blame that on the trackball. You can blame that on the light cue ball. Either one, but
maybe because it was stuck to the rail as well, played its part, and the chance is gone.
He's just got to feel like nothing's going right for him. This is brutal because.
This has got perfect legs just to drop onto this one into the side.
Yeah, this is just a brutal match for Larry.
Well, it's 7-1. Don't worry, Larry. The nightmare will soon be over.
Well, I'd like to see Larry start playing better and try to get back in this match. I mean, obviously it's going to be difficult to come back and win, but, never say die. See what he can do from here. He's got a really good table. I would think he wants to take reds.
Mm-hmm. I don't think. I mean, he's not got an easy red to play. The one in the side won't cut because you'll scratch.
I'd be shooting this one in the corner. I think you got to take reds. I mean, yellows. I don't think that shot's hard enough that it's worth not taking the reds. Of course,
well,
he didn't make it, so
this rack's over.
That sort of
that one in the
destroys
side.
My opinion.
That one in the side's going to go next because that's the awkward one. That's the one he wants to get rid of.
Yeah, no, it's a little weird doing it this way. He hit it good. A lot of people have trouble with that visually. I told you guys my trick before, how I aim those. I think a lot of it depends on how you aim, but the way I aim, I need to see the whole ball, so I need to visualize that ball there. But if you have trouble with those shots, try that little trick.
Welcome to Cobra.
Well, he's got himself funny here. He's got himself in like the limbo zone here.
Well, let's give a brief rundown to Cobra as to how the match is going. Larry hit the self-destruct button immediately after he won the lag.
Oh, he hit that good. Wow, that's a heck of a shot there. Okay, well, he's just got to figure out how to get the cue ball out of here. And he did. He was able to bring it back and nudge the yellow. He'll just roll this, of course. Well, it's looking... did anybody pick 11-1?
No. No, and so far nobody's changed their match prediction.
What did our most expert picker pick? Yeah, Cobra. What did Cobra pick?
Well,
did he pick?
Cobra's just arrived. He's got an easy call now because it's 8-1 to Semipro.
Now he's going to call it. Good job, Cobra.
11-1, 11-2. Well, Semipro's got his work cut out here, so let's see how he develops this situation. Well, he's about to. I don't think he can pinch enough of this to break this yellow and 8 ball, can he?
He can get into it, but a lot of stuff could go wrong here. You got to hit this real easy.
Yeah.
He needed to just cut it a little more and hit it really easy so that the cue ball grabbed. The other thing is, the way you shoot that shot is you put right English on it. You hit that with low and right, and the reason why is it'll make the cue ball grab and come back quicker. And I don't think he did that. A lot of people don't know this stuff. I mean, these are but they're it comes up. Anytime you want that cue ball to go sideways quickly instead of curving so much, inside English.
That's my second camera position. This one here.
The one that looks like you're up in the attic.
Yeah, this is. I mean, this is the one that a lot of the guys don't know how to set. You set your second camera. So my default camera is that one, and then my second camera is the one you have to manually set, which is that one. And if you hold it long enough, it sometimes sticks.
Oh boy! He just messed this table up. Well,
this is the most uncomfortable table that I think Larry's ever played on in this game. And
you could be wrong here. It might be 11-1.
And I don't think Larry ever wants to see this table again. If you want my opinion.
Well, he's been playing a lot of blackball. I mean, I'm sure he's gotten better at it. It's just it's difficult to play a player like Semi. When he gets rolling, it's just tough to win.
But I mean
his pattern play is so strong. His ball pocket is strong. he plays stun shots and just easy roll shots where it's hard to mess up. He doesn't make a lot of strategy mistakes. So I mean,
Yeah, let's be honest. If you're playing any game good, any billiard game good, there's not a lot of movement in the cue ball. You know, it's all little soft stuns and draw shots. You know, very little movement to get onto the spot.
Most of the time, especially in a game like 8-ball or straight pool, you know, 9-ball, you're going to run multiple rails a lot, but the table's a lot more open.
Yeah, you've got loads of room.
And you have to run a lot because you only got one ball you can shoot next. I mean, in these kind of games, your patterns tend to be tighter because, you know, you have a lot of choices. You don't have to move the cue ball so far.
Well, Semipro just created a slight problem for himself here. I mean, this yellow can be got at, but you've got to get on the spot to get it. He might be taking it now, and he'll nudge the 8-ball. I think he'll realise that. Yeah. I think that's the one he's going to have to go for. He'll be unlucky not to have another shot after it, though.
Well, you've got to decide how you're going to hit the 8-ball if you're going to shoot.
Oh, he's played the little billiard, but he's knocked his yellow.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with that shot, and I'm not sure how much easier he could have hit it and still gotten the ball to go in the pocket. So, yeah, that's a real showstopper there. He's going to have to work hard now.
Well,
and that might be the best thing that could have happened is let Larry to the table.
Yeah, Larry's got his work cut out anyway with that problem red.
Yeah, he's in these reds that are all close together. It's easy to screw this up too. Now, this is the kind of thing that Semi probably wouldn't screw up because those, you know, he seems to play those good patterns when he gets those situations with a bunch of balls like that. See, like that's, you know, that's hit and hope.
Why? Well, I mean, Larry's actually landed on it, but why didn't he cut that red and let the cue ball come down and maybe get a nudge? Because he would still have had a combo, at least. But anyway,
I don't know.
He's done it
he's got a little bit of stub in his blood.
He's done it his way, and he's got there so far. And now the other problem, and the problems is up ahead. It's potting whatever the last red's going to be if he gets there and getting out, avoiding traffic to get to this 8-ball. It looks easy enough.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get to that 8. I'm not sure why he didn't play for the combo, though. I mean, I don't like this.
No, this is a problem.
I mean, it's just, I think it made the table harder. I think that playing for the combo would have been simpler.
Now, it's critical that he gets some sort of angle to work with in this red. And that ain't it, I don't think. Has he got there? Oh, I don't think he has.
And this is a light cue ball. See how fast that cue ball stopped?
Yeah, he's...
he need to put a little bit more pace on that. Well, he had to spin it in, which means he's shooting a bank shot. Now, this is doable. Now, hopefully he doesn't just blast this. Okay, I'm glad to see him hit at a reasonable pace. But...
Semipro has one awkward yellow.
Did he put a little outside English on that? How did he hit that? I think he needed a touch of inside on that just to hold the ball a little.
Now, this is a 2-in-1 shot here. Try and get onto the one that's the problem one, and if you don't, you've got the one into the side, and that's the way to play it. You know, he's got very good on the one into the corner. That was the one he had to deal with first, and it was a 2-in-1 shot. If you don't get it ideal, then you can always fall back on the one on the side. So, Semipro on the hill. This match is 49 minutes old.
What's the record so far?
This will be it, I think.
Yeah, it's sure looking like it's going to be in under an hour.
Semipro breaking.
But, you know, if you're Larry, you just try to learn from this. Well, this...
Oh, look at this. Oh, it's a re-rack.
That's lucky because it was looking ugly with that 8-ball in the pocket.
That 8-ball almost went in again.
Well, it looks like a dry break, though.
And now it's dry. Well, here we go. Last chance saloon for Larry to get Cobra's score.
Well, neither one are wonderful. I mean, he could go for yellow or reds. It's looking like he's going to take the reds. They're probably a little better.
Well, take that red, get rid of the next red, that one there, and then get out and get the other red into the side, because that's the problem one, that one there. So you can take...
This looks like one of those side pocket cue ball movement exercises.
Now, that's the other problem one, that one there. But that might be Larry's last shot.
Yeah, he decided to let Semipro play it. Well, now you almost have to take the reds with that yellow in the pocket.
In fact, that yellow goes into the side. That one there.
Yeah, I thought, well, I mean, even the one problem red here, I think, goes into the side. It's just real tight.
Yeah, Semi's going for the yellow. Oh, no, he's tried a combo.
He's decided to let Larry play it.
Well... In fact, Larry's struggling to find a good first ball here. I mean, he's sitting in an ugly spot for a choice of what he's going for. Look at the setup.
I'd probably play the... he's got a wide open yellow. I'd probably take that. I mean, I think yellows are better right now. And the good thing about this is he can move his one problem yellow with the shot. It's a natural. Yeah, you need to get forward past that ball. I might have been asking a lot with that cue ball, but he hit that with a little inside, which isn't going to help that angle.
Well, it looks as if, unless Larry locks up here, I think Larry should be ducking for cover, because he can't get to that yellow in the bottom half of the table. That's going nowhere. It doesn't bank into the side. It will bank into a corner. But he's potting balls, and it's just inevitable what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to get to that. I mean,
and I don't. Well, I presume he's coming around 2 rails and out into the table.
Might not be a bad idea just to bank it right now. That's about a half ball hit, what he's on. Half ball hit it, and, hit it at pocket speed. If it doesn't go in, maybe it blocks the pocket. And make sure you get the cue ball down, or, you're going to get a shot. With a half ball hit, he should come down like in between those 2 reds in the middle of the table. I think he's hitting us too thin. Well, he's putting some English on it to give it some help. He still hit it too thin. Yeah, it just didn't look like he was taking enough of that ball. But at least he got in front of the pocket. I think that was the right shot. I wouldn't have hit it within the English. I would have hit it fatter and just center ball, because the path was natural.
Yeah, there's enough balls, though, for Semipro to get himself down this right side and drop onto that red.
Yeah, I mean, player like Semipro, you would think that he's going to be able to figure out how to get to that thing.
In fact, let's have a look at the angle he's got here. No, he's a bit straight, and then he's hampered over the yellow.
I don't get that. He hit that awful hard. And you know what he was trying to do? He's hit it with a lot of topspin. He was trying to hit that yellow and have it hit the rail and spin and hold. He was trying a really fancy shot.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a little too fancy.
Yeah, when you're 10-1 up, you can take liberties like that.
He's trying to make Cobra's... he wants to make Cobra's prediction come true.
See, Larry's not gone through far enough yet. It just dropped dead again, that cue ball.
Well, I know he's been playing a lot of black ball. You would think he would get used to this light cue ball. All right, well, now it's 11-2. Oh, he's got a ball in, and he's got the cue ball in, and he's got the 8 ball in. So what happens here? Is it semi-pros break?
No, he gets the re-rack.
No, he gets a free break.
Well, that's weird.
Okay. So
Now,
does it matter?
Here's a question for you, Steve. If you break and the 8 ball goes in and the cue ball goes in, does it matter what order the 8 ball and the cue ball go in? If the cue ball goes in first, then the 8 ball goes in, is that a foul break?
I don't think it matters.
Well, Larry's scratching his head because he's saying it's an odd game. That's one thing. That's the only thing we haven't covered in this tournament. We've covered the stalemate situation, but we haven't covered what happens if you scratch the break and the 8 ball goes in.
Those kind of rules. Anybody making that kind of rule, it would be a stupid rule because that it's hard to tell which one went in first, or nobody noticed, or there's so many reasons why you don't do that. Now, there's another situation which is ball off the table.
Yeah.
Which sometimes can be handled differently.
Good evening to Mark. Late to the party. Or just in time to see the end of the party. In fact, we'll be able to get out and see Eurovision.
Yeah, I saw that movie with Rachel Maddow and not Rachel Maddow. Rachel, what's her name? No, I can't remember. You know the movie I'm talking about, the one they did on Eurovision.
No, I haven't watched any movies in the last 20 years. Anything made in the last 20 years I've never watched.
Yeah, it was the guy from Saturday Night Live and what's her name? Pretty well-known actress for doing chick flicks. And they did this movie about Will Ferrell, hairpin. Yep, it was Will Ferrell and the Canadian girl that's been in a ton of movies. It was actually a pretty good movie. I don't really like most of the Will Ferrell movies, but I thought that one was pretty good.
Oh, Larry's got this cut into the side. He's obviously going to have control of the pocket here if he wants to. In one sense, the red will go.
He definitely should be out here. Now, the question is can he... I don't like this. Well, he controlled it well. Okay.
Now, he's got to come around behind the yellow, out into the table, and just drop that red in so that he can drop onto the red and have an angle to come back off the rail and up with the 8 ball into the same pocket. That's the plan. It sounds simple enough. But
yeah,
Larry,
he just needs to get this in the middle of the table.
Yeah, Larry's, he's got a nice kiss there, because that could have ended up awkward.
Yeah. Now, I think you want to draw this back a little. You don't want to be, just stop it. That's not much angle.
He wants to,
it's probably enough angle.
He's going to have to punch it in.
Yeah, he's going to have to hit this a little.
Well, he's got there.
Well played. All right, well.
Cobra's predictions are out the window.
Yeah, Rachel McAdams. Hairpig's a movie buff.
Yeah, see, my only problem is I'm a movie buff, but they're all at least 50 or 60 years old. So, Semi-Pro's break, and he's touching the 8 ball.
He's like, how could this happen? Well, can he kick at anything? I mean, this is... You can try to play safe here. And there probably are some safeties. He's just going to blast them and hope.
Well, that red doesn't go past the yellow.
Well, there's so much for the under an hour match.
Yeah, there's about a minute to go.
Well, Larry's going to take a minute just to decide what to shoot.
Well, I think he's got to go for the reds. I mean, there's one problem, red.
Yeah, I think the reds are a lot better. What he's thinking about here. Maybe he's trying to figure out what pattern to play. I think that's a good choice there. You got a little straight on this. I mean, if you had a little angle, it would have been perfect. Now he's pretty straight in, so now he's trying to figure out what to do. He wanted a little angle back so he could slide over, and he didn't get it. Well, hit it straight in and draw it back. That's the next choice. I think that's what he's going to do. Yeah, I don't like that play. I don't like that play at all.
Well, this cue ball is really only going to be on one red if he pots this.
I would have drawn that back and tried to come off the rail and out in the middle of the table. This is a funny situation now.
He's hit that straight into the yellow.
Well, he's trying to do a lot with the cue ball, and he handled it like a funny situation. Yeah, I think he just played the wrong shot there. I think he should have put more draw on it and tried to come back out in the middle of the table.
Well, that yellow goes if you can get on it. The one, the two yellows stuck together.
Oh yeah, this table's no problem. He's going to shoot it right now. I expect him to be out here.
Yep.
I mean, this is natural. The only funny thing here is, see, he hit that with a little inside, and that was smart for two reasons. One is it helps you make sure you don't get too thin on that yellow, but the other, it gets the cue ball forward so you don't stick it on the other yellow. You know, that was a well played shot.
So he's not taking the one up top, so that means that he's going to be taking.
No, I think he's going to take
one
that
up
next.
there.
He's gonna shoot the one up top now because he's a little funny on this, so he's gotten two straight in. Well, I think he'll just stop this and play the roll. Yep. That was, and he backed it up too far. Boy, all he really needed to, that's that light cue ball. He tried to stun it and it came back, and now he's got.
Yeah, he snookered himself on it.
Yeah, he's going to have to cut this ball in the other corner.
That's a shot. And the cue ball stays in the table.
Well, I mean, there's more than one way to do it. If you can do that, then and I think he'll just roll this, maybe bump the red. Yeah, he got out away from it. That's that light cue ball again. And it's looking like this match is done.
Yeah, an hour and 2 minutes round about that. So that is the pain is over for Larry. Semipro waltzes through by 11 racks to 3. And, Larry wants to forget about that as soon as. Straight into another tournament, Larry, and forget about it. So now we know Tommy's next opponent is going to be Semipro. And I've got a feeling that that's going to be an entirely different match. Because Tommy, it might take a rack or two to find his feet, but when he does, he means business. So that's...
Yeah, he seems to have a feel for this game.
Yeah, he's motoring on, so Semipro is in for a different match against Tommy. And now the only match remaining that's on the schedule is the one for you guys to hopefully join us tomorrow, and that's at 6:30 British Summer Time. The hot seat match.
I should be able to make that match tomorrow.
Albinario and Cobra. Now, I don't know whether there's anything major changed in the stats there. Obviously,
well, Larry's going on Larry's speaking stubbish in the lobby.
Right, Tommy's in 23 racks run, Semipro in 18. I think Semipro was tied with Albinario in 15. I might be wrong. He might have improved by 3 there. But I don't think really anything else is worth looking at there.
Well, I'll tell you the impressive stat is 55 of 57 8 balls. It just shows you he's always getting a shot on the 8 ball.
I've got a question. Why have I got 6 new messages and who are they from? I won't be opening them at the moment. Anyway, do you want to say anything more about the leagues before you go, Steve? And while we've still got these guys' attention,
Well, I'm gonna put one up for Tuesday, but I think we want to run it with just 2 teams because I want to do it Tuesday, Wednesday. So,
I'm just reading Larry's chat.
yeah, I told you he's speaking stubbish.
He does want to play that stupid game again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can understand that feeling after that.
Anyway,
So anyhow, I think we just want to do 2 teams Tuesday. So we'll see who. I was planning on you being a captain and Sylvia being a captain, and it's just going to be 2-player teams because what I want to do is, or maybe 3-player teams. But we only want 2 teams because we want the league to be over in one night, and for that to happen, we can only have 2 teams.
Right. Two teams of what though?
You know, 2 or 3. I mean, I'll put in 3. If we're having trouble getting players, I'll change it back to 2. But I mean, because I haven't really asked people about that night, but I think we'll get enough. But 2 teams of 3, so that means you'll play 3 matches of 3 ball, race to 7,
right,
on Tuesday, and then given that everything works correctly, then Wednesday will be the playoffs, and you'll be the same thing because it's going to be the same 2 teams going into the playoffs.
Right. Well, I'll be there Tuesday and Wednesday. I've not a problem with being there those days, so I'll make it.
Well, the thing is it's not just show up then because I'm going to start this league tonight. So the captains have to create their teams, invite their players. When it gets to Tuesday, see, the league's actually starting tonight.
Okay? Right.
The play days are Tuesday and Wednesday. What it means when I say the league is starting, it means you can sign up. Tuesday and Wednesday, they're play nights. You can't wait till Tuesday unless you want to forfeit all your games.
No.
You can't even get a team in. To get a team registered for the league, you have to have the minimum number of players signed up and in a lineup before it'll actually allow you to register the team.
Right. So I'm just looking at the calendar. I see there is a drop down for the league on the calendar.
Yeah. I started putting it together. I'll probably have it up in about 15 minutes and be able to take a look at it. But at that point, you can put a team in. All you have to do to initially is put a name and a logo, and then when you get the team manager up, you can start inviting people. I think the sign-up screen allows you to invite people too, but you can invite people at any time from the team manager. Right. So those invites are sending out messages and probably emails unless people have turned that off. And then those people go to the event page and they click on the team manager and they'll have the option to join that team.
Mm-hmm.
And they can say yay or nay. And
the sooner it's up, the sooner I can break it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's testing. There's a reason it's testing. It's had a lot of testing, but it doesn't mean that there's nothing wrong. Now, don't create a team, you guys. At this point, it's only Sylvia and Hugh that should be creating a team. Because I only want 2 teams, and I want those 2 to be the captains. Sylvia, because she's had a lot of experience testing, and Hugh, because he's had a lot of experience breaking things.
Yep.
So, you're going to need an invite. So, you can talk to Hugh or Sylvia, or, we've got a bunch of people signed up for test. If this goes well, hopefully we'll be running, another league pretty quick, be a little bit more extensive test.
Are you going to be needing to be coming up? I'll say that again. Are you going to be utilising Discord for any reason if you need to? Or are we just going to be typing in the chat? regards the leagues and things going wrong and explaining something and all of that sort of stuff?
Well, I mean, we can use Discord. That's fine. Or we can just chat it. I mean, Discord's handy if it's a more in-length discussion.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Anyway,
but it'll be up in not too long.
Well, I'll be hanging around till bedtime anyway. And there's Semipro. You got lucky tonight, Semipro, didn't you? I bet you didn't think it was going to turn out like that. Larry falling apart like a cheap suit. I think Semi-Pro's gone. I think we've bored him.
Yeah, that was. You know, I mean, it's hard to play somebody, you know, that's playing like that against you. It's a whole new ball game when you're playing against somebody that doesn't give you chances.
Oh, good evening to Sylvia. I didn't notice there. Just saw that at the end of the
Sylvia's
chat.
in here. So yeah, Sylvia, I'm putting up the. Yeah, Sylvia's going to be online. The league will be up, so she'll get her team together, and we're just going to do 2 teams. So for the first one, we just want this to go as quick as possible. I want it to be 2 nights, regular league then playoffs, and we can only do that with 2 teams because the way these things work is there's a parameter and a setup of how many times teams play each other, and then there's X teams. So the number of weeks is going to be 2 times X. So the only way I can get a 2-nighter is just 2 teams and play each other once.
Right. So basically, when the league goes up and when we go to look at this league, it will state the information as to what the league parameters are. I.e., it's a league. It's 3 ball. It's races to 5 or races to 7, and it's for teams of 3 or teams of 4. That sort of information.
Yeah, I'm going to make it a team of 3 with 1 extra participant, so you could sign up 4.
Right.
I'm going to make the maximum average rating really high. I'm going to make it 2,400 so that it won't be you won't have to worry about that. Playoff teams is going to be 2. Let's see. So you guys want to play at what would it be? 7:00 your time, Hugh? And I think that would be what, 8:00 Sylvia? Was Sylvia's an hour ahead of you?
If she's in Germany, yeah.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I don't care what time it is on Tuesday. I can easily be there. I'm finished work on Tuesday.
Sylvia, you got any preferences? Yeah, let's see. So.
No, Sylvia's fine with that.
So Tuesday at 2:00 my time, which would be 7 your time, Hugh. And then we're going to do another play time that's going to be Wednesday at the same time.
Steve, you're on Discord. You could share your screen on Discord to show us what you're messing about and doing.
Well, why would you want to see the back end?
Well, I mean, when the league goes up, or is it going to come up on this, on the ladder, on the, not the ladder, the calendar then?
Yeah, it's going to show up on the calendar. I'm pretty close to having it.
Right.
I'm just checking it over. I want to make sure that this is right.
I wonder why I've got 6 messages. That's curious.
Handicap match goal 7. Handicap max is 4. Teams played once. 3 participants per team. 1 extra participant, which means you got to get a minimum of 3 people on your team. Playoff teams 2. Beach house tournament table lag for break games.
Oh, is it? I never knew you had so many friends. I think the maximum players is whatever Steve sets it at. I think that's what he's saying. You know, there probably will be a baseline maximum. You know, I think it'd be a big league if you had a team of 8 players, 6 playing and 2 standby. That'd be a long night.
Huh. All right. Well, may take longer to be up. I have a problem.
Well,
I'm looking at the league page and there's something wrong.
Well, maybe it's just me being here that's done it, Steve.
Yeah, just your presence.
I can go into rooms and people fall apart as soon as I go into rooms.
I mean, all this stuff was tested quite a bit. Why is it saying normal play 1.5 weeks? All right, I gotta go look at this. Check back later.
Okay then.
Good night, guys.
See you later, Steve. Thanks for joining, and look forward to you joining us tomorrow for the big one between Albinario and Cobra.
All right, see everybody tomorrow.
Okay, that's
Good
it.
night.
Take care. Right, guys, keep your eye on the calendar then. For those that are interested, once Steve has, I mean, it could be not until tomorrow now, but you can keep a tab on the calendar. When you go to the calendar, you do the obvious thing. You go to the drop down and you choose the leagues, and then once he's got things working, it will show up on there. And that is it. So I'm going to get a coffee, watch a bit of the Eurovision, and check on these messages, and I'll bid you good night. Take care. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you again soon.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Good night, ladies.